everyone, welcome to Bible Verse Breakdown. I am Ewaenruwa Nomaren, and in this video we're going to be looking at James chapter 5 verses 19 and 20, which reads, Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, and one convert him, let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins. So, the thing about sin, which makes it very dangerous, is that it's like a wound. You know, if you don't really pay attention to it, it grows. The sins of Israel were described like this in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 6. If you read James chapter 1 in verses 14 and 15, James the Apostle described lust as like, it gives birth, it conceives, and sin comes out. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Therefore, if you inform someone about their errors and then they come to the truth or they return to the truth, then all those sins that they would have continued to commit had they not known the error of their ways, then all of those are like covered because of your love or charity. Take, for example, what St. Paul talked about to the Galatians in Galatians chapter 2, verses 11 to 14. Peter had decided to not eat with the Gentiles because there was just that instinct that, these are not God's people, so I cannot really deal with them on that personal level, which went against the very gospel they were preaching. And then Paul rebuked him. It wasn't necessarily that Peter sinned, but imagine if Paul had not told him about it. Then he would have continued to do it and do it and do it, and they could have led to something more. So, in a way, that was covered up because of what Paul had done. One more example is with the story of Jonah in Jonah chapters 1 to 4. We can see that God told Jonah to preach to the people of Nineveh. The people of Nineveh were sinners, and they'd been sinning for, donkey years, but the moment God sent Jonah and Jonah preached the message and all that, then they repented and they humbled themselves before God. And all of the sins they would have continued to commit throughout the next hundreds of years, all of those sins were covered. And God then spared the people. He didn't destroy them as he originally intended. So, what are we supposed to learn from this? If they're ignorant and they don't know that they're sinning against God, then we should inform them and do what St. Paul called restoring them in the spirit of meekness in Galatians chapter 6 verse 1, which we've done a separate video to explain. And then everything else that they would have continued to do, then all of those have been covered up and we've saved them from death. If you read Ephesians chapter 2 verses 2 and 3, St. Paul described how when we don't know the truth, then we are like children of wrath. We're children set for God's destruction. But if we, from the grace God has shown to us, we also inform them about their sin, then we become the children of light, according to Ephesians chapter 5 from verses 8 to 11. To conclude, in 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 8, St. Peter advised us that we should be charitable. We should be interested in recovering people from their sin so that God Almighty will spare them. He said, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. And that is where I'm going to stop on discussing these verses, James chapter 5 verses 19 and 20, which once again reads, Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, and one convert him, let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sins. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when we come out with our next verse breakdown. Have a great day, and God bless you.